I'm General President of the International Association of Firefighters, and I am proud to announce that just a few moments ago, the IAFF Executive Board, which is the senior leadership of our firefighters union who have joined me today, are proud to announce our unanimous endorsement for Senator John F. Kerry as our next President of the United States. Next Monday, John and I will be together at a fire station in New Hampshire to formally kick off the Firefighters for Kerry campaign, accompanied by hundreds of firefighters and their families from across the Granite State and New England. Then we're going to move on to Iowa. We're going to go to South Carolina. We're going to be in Arizona. We're going to be in every other early primary state. We're going to be joining thousands of our members there on our road to electing John Kerry as our next president. While America's firefighters have many reasons for supporting Senator Kerry's candidacy, there are several that form the basis of our endorsement today. First and foremost, John Kerry represents the values that we as firefighters embody and embrace. Just as firefighters work on the front line, under fire, every day, so has John Kerry faced hostile fire as the gunboat he commanded fought its way up the Mekong Delta. Just as firefighters have been hailed as heroes for their courage, their service, and their sacrifice, so has John Kerry been a decorated war hero and recognized by his peers and his nation for his guts and his bravery. Just as firefighters are acknowledged as America's domestic defenders, so has John Kerry proven his commitment to Homeland Security, backed by his extensive experience in defense issues and foreign policy. And just as firefighters protect the public from every conceivable emergency and disaster, so too has John Kerry protected the public for 30 years as a United States Senator, a hard-nosed prosecutor, and as a wartime naval officer. John Kerry understands the true meaning of service and duty, just as firefighters do. We trust John Kerry because he's one of us. John Kerry not only can win, he will win, and that's because America's firefighters, the 260,000 men and women of the IAFF who live and work and protect 80% of our nation's population and thousands of communities, will be helping him across all 50 states and throughout all 435 congressional districts in this country. The latest polls, as we've all seen, show that John Kerry can defeat George Bush and help put our country back on track. At a time when our nation is at a crossroads and the Bush administration has thrust our nation into the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression, when we watched the $237 billion budget surplus literally evaporate into the highest federal deficits in history after only 2.5 years of Bush's reign, when 41 million Americans are without health insurance, and many of them using the 911 system, calling their fire department, and using costly hospital emergency rooms for basic medical care because they simply can't afford a family doctor. And when the number of unemployed Americans has grown by 49% since Bush took office, and when cash-starved state and municipal governments are being forced to lay off firefighters and denying critical and essential municipal services to their citizens, at a time like this, we need someone with vision, strength, integrity, and experience to pull us out of this economic decline. And the International Association of Firefighters knows that John Kerry has what it takes to do the job. He's a proven leader. He knows how to navigate Washington. He's learned the hard way in Vietnam, in the courtroom, in the halls of the United States Senate. America's firefighters will be on the front line of the Kerry campaign across this nation in the coming weeks and months, just as we're on the front line every day for every citizen in this great country of ours. Now, John, I want to give you the first Firefighters for Kerry t-shirt, and I'm going to assure you having you seek and win the nomination of the Democratic Party to be elected President of the United States in November of next year.
Firefighters, I am so honored to receive this endorsement. This is very personal to me, and it's hard to give the full measure of how meaningful it is because it's not just a matter of politics; it's a matter of the heart. What you all have symbolized to our country, not just September 11th, but so much the more so because of September 11th. But for years, in community after community after community in our nation, the numbers of times you've made lives whole, the number of people you've brought out of danger, the daily answering the call and putting your lives on the line to build the fabric of America, our community. Those numbers are not measurable in words. They're only testified to by the deeds. But every American understands what you do for our country. Every American is grateful to you for the sacrifices you make and for the ways in which you make us stronger. And today, you have made me stronger. Not politically, but personally. Because having your support, having you by my side, knowing those gold and black jerseys will be out there over the course of these next months make me feel so proud and so much a part of your contribution to the service of our country. Service is what public life is about. And service is what defines citizenship in America. You deserve better leadership than you have had at the national level to make real our promise in return to you. I am tired of those who are there when the bagpipes are wailing, but they're not there when the flags return to full staff. We deserve a President of the United States who understands that if we can find the money to open firehouses in Baghdad, we can keep them open in New York and in other cities. 2 years ago, President Bush came to Ground Zero in New York, and he stood there and he gave firefighters his commitment. And I asked, and I wonder if the President would go back there today and ask firefighters and first defenders whether he has kept that commitment. Firefighters should not be the first up the stairs and the last in line when the budget priorities of our nation are decided. To the priorities of this nation, it is not enough to say, bring them on, or wanted, dead or alive, and then leave the frontline defenders of our nation without the equipment, without the person power they need in order to be able to respond to that call. We need an administration that is less interested in double talk and more interested in working double time in order to provide for the needs of the security of this nation. With your trust today, with your endorsement today, what you have done is made a statement to America that there is a better way to defend our nation. There is a better way to live up to our values. There's a better way to make real the promises of how we build and defend the communities of our country. I am proud to stand with the firefighters, with the international firefighters, and all those who are prepared to stand up and show how we better defend America, and I will, as President, keep faith with that effort to defend our nation. Thank you for